morning, Hank. It's Thursday, November 15th. Hank, today's video comes in 4 parts. Part 1, pop quiz. Question for you, Hank. What's the surest evidence that the US economy is on a kind of permanent downslope? Answer, in his newest music video, the rapper Jay-Z is seen walking through the streets of New York holding a wad of 500 euro bills. Hank, even Jay-Z is worried about the weakness of the American dollar. Now that wouldn't really bother me if we were talking about Lil Jon or T-Pain or somebody, but we're talking about Jay-Z, one of the great entrepreneurial minds of our generation. I mean, Hank, this is the same guy who once noted, "I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman." Also, he has the hottest girl in the game wearing his chain. Anyway, Hank, this news only makes me more want to move to Europe. Or possibly Australia. Speaking of Australia, in Australia they have something called the Inky Awards, which are given out for young adult literature, and you'll never guess who won the first International Inky Award, also known as the Silver Inky. It was me! So thanks to all my readers in Australia and also all the nerd fighters who voted for Looking for Alaska in the Inky Awards. By the way, Hank, do you know what they give you for winning an Inky Award? A trophy. And you know about my tortured history with trophies. By the way, the trophy you see in the background is one I got in college for heading my sketch comedy group up. Hank, I don't know exactly what the trophy's going to look like, but we can only hope that it's going to say John Green, winner of the 2007 Silver Inky, in our hearts. By the way, Hank, you know who lives in Australia? Our secret niece and nephew, Natalie and Calvin, which brings me to the next thing. This is a segment I like to call What's Going On in Nerdfighteria. Hank, check out the crown that Natalie made me for being the toilet paper eating king of the world. Also in news from Nerdfighteria, and I can hardly say this without laughing because it is so incredibly amazing. There's a nerdfighter who's about to have a baby, and she is considering naming that baby Hank. How awesome would that be? The nerdfighter in question has posted a list of potential baby names on the internet and asked people to go vote. I would encourage all nerdfighters everywhere to check out the link in the video info and go vote immediately for Hank. Thing 4, Venn diagrams. God, I love Venn diagrams. Okay, Hank, first we have nerdfighters, people who like to watch The Hills on MTV, and then the intersection is, of course, people who feel ashamed about watching The Hills on MTV. By the way, nerdfighters, this doesn't count as textual communication, as has been established by previous Venn diagram jokes. Venn diagram number 2. Over here we have people who like Cameo. Over here we have nerdfighters, lots of intersection. And then down here in the corner we have people who like Cameo but sometimes get freaked out when she stares directly at the camera during Brotherhood 2.0 episodes, because sometimes I think she could kill me without feeling any remorse. And then finally we have the gooey feeling you're feeling when something's about to begin, the gooey feeling you feel when something's about to end. Inside of there is anxiety, inside of there is sadness, and in the middle is where awesome lives. Hank, I look forward to seeing more of the LA Auto Show tomorrow. I'll see you then. Scavenger hunters? You've already seen the clue that's in this video.